You double check that Hi Alison. Good, thank you. I put the right stream here on our auction, so that's live, but it doesn't seem to be working on my phone or anything, or on it. Okay. I did it twice, the stream key, to make sure that I had the right stream key. Oh, we were doing it at 10 to. Yeah, it's 10 to 5 instead.
No, that's why it's 6 o'clock.
Okay, I'll go and do that. No, that's okay. Yeah, she used it, Hannah used it.
Just so we could double check it.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
beat him with it.
Wrestling.
Yeah, you'll hear the crash when you find
Okay, thanks so much.
How do they determine the order?
Oh, we just chat about it. And then I go, I want to be first. Well, I've got 3, so I've won 3 in 5. No, I yeah.
Can't really capture Brett, get across. Nice.
No drinking, no enjoy. No baby. Oh, okay. Shout out to me. Good
Don't mind me.
Good, thanks for your Hi guys, just so you know the live stream is on, so it's totally fine to stay here, but if you chat it will pick up what you're saying. So we might hear your strategies and secrets.
No, never. Good to see you. Okay, so we're on watch. Yeah, I'll still should have seen my mum the live stream. I'll just see
Can I bother you just to stand this side? Because we're live streaming from that camera. So everyone online is just watching it.
Okay, yeah, good evening folks. Welcome along to Railway Glenfield here for another set of fantastic opportunities to purchase here across the North Shore. Man, there's some great properties up for you here this evening. We do look forward to your bidding. For those that are here for the second, third or fourth time, welcome back. A big welcome back to you. To those that are here today to purchase, we wish you all the very, very best. And for those that indeed are selling, all the very best to you today also. Folks, over the last couple of weeks, vendors have entrusted us with the market. We'd like to thank them for that. They've displayed their homes very well indeed. A good opportunity to be able to bid the purchase in a moment's time. Those that are registered unconditionally today to raise your hand and indeed to bid, you will have registered on the way through and those forms will be taken aside. Most of you will have paddles in your hands. You can raise those to bid here today. Those that are waiting for conditional offers post-auction, those that may need to entertain interest with terms in place, we will indeed take your offers post-auction if we didn't sell the property here today. But those unconditionally registered, the first opportunity to raise your hand, make sure that you indeed purchase this one. My name's Tim O'Byrne, so I call the majority of options from Fire Ray down to Hamilton for the Railway Group. Good to be here and assisting you in your bidding today. My job is reasonably simple. I take you through the terms, the conditions under which we bid and purchase. We take you through the properties in verbatim style as well, and then straight into a chance for you to be able to win the purchase here this evening. Folks, your terms, they are for each of the properties, both physical addresses and legal descriptions attached to those contracts for you. settlement dates, the date you're able to take possession of those properties will have been set down on the contracts, along with interest rates charged there for late settlement. If you have very good terms around your settlement dates, it would have been known prior to your bidding here this evening and accepted by our owners. That interest rate applies there in the event that we didn't settle on time, and it will kick in on a daily basis. Folks, three things will happen once you buy here this evening. You'll sign our documentation. 10% is the sum that you'll pay upon your deposit here today. Unless indeed you have buried that as well. Thirdly, we'll just sign our GST addendum that is attached. All our bidding tonight is inclusive of GST. There's no GST payable on top of our purchase price as standard with residential sales in New Zealand. Folks, there are reserves on each of the properties here this evening. If I can reach that figure, I can put the property on the market. You'll hear me say on the market. There has been a couple of times, in particular last night, I took aside 2 buyers on 2 separate properties. We negotiated with those buyers and we sold to those buyers without coming back to the floor, meaning that we didn't actually announce it on the market on the floor. So very important that you are in front of the bidding at all times, just to make sure that you're in a strong position to be negotiating. Folks, in terms of vendor bidding here today, Ray White, we vendor bid just to protect our owners' interests. There are agencies that don't, so we do here it just to make sure that we get to a level that is satisfactory to the owner first off, and that we're negotiating at the right levels. But I won't be outbidding the marketplace. It's not what we're here to do today. I can't outbid the reserve either, so just so you know, if I place a vendor bid, it's generally at lighter, lower levels, all in line with the feedback. They allow you to bid over and above, and we look forward to negotiate with you as the purchaser. Folks, all of the terms, they have been provided throughout the course of the campaign. If there's anything I need to add to those terms, and in particular anything that's added to the further terms of sale, within each of those documents, I'll draw your attention to it as we do this here this evening. But if there are any questions in respect to how you bid here tonight, or any in respect to the properties of the contracts, feel free to ask away. We're here to assist you. We have coffee and tea to the centre of the room, just at the rear, and to the right-hand side, the bathrooms. For those that may need a nervous one, we are here indeed to sell it today, and we do look forward to selling them to you. Folks, we get into your chance to go bid in just a moment. I'll run you through the terms for our first offering here today. A wonderful property, very, very well positioned in wonderful Beach Haven, number 3/62 Rambler Crescent. It has been on display with your terms for your unconditional bidding cross-lease fee simple estate. This is a record of title being NA 40B folio 472, flat 3 deposited plan 83951 should I say, the garage 3 deposited plan 83951 also. Folks, your settlement date set down as per the contracts, 15 working days after the unconditional date, or indeed the date of the contract here today, and the interest rate charged there for late settlements at 12% per annum. Those that have period the terms have all been accepted prior to our bidding here. Folks, further terms of sale, nice and clear in respect to good cash, clean and unconditional contract for your bidding, and just our standard additions other than clause 23 in relation to the settlement date, but I'm sure you're well aware of that documentation and the detail provided throughout. Folks, Rochelle Brinston has been in charge of marketing on the right-hand side. The top performers for us here at the Carpenter Realty Group. An amazing job of marketing again on this one. We commend you for that. Sydney Wallace as well, sitting on the right side, and it's always a great team doing great things. Folks, we're here today to bid the purchase. We run you through the property at Rambler for the last time. Well, folks, I only really need to say coastal Beach Haven and our 2 buzzwords here on the North Shore that are continuing to grow in popularity. Beach Haven as an area is having great demand as a location in terms of lifestyle, and in particular the coastal lifestyle that it offers. This home, very well positioned. Obviously the water is gleaming in your eye on the daily, and Hobsonville just across the water there as well. Superb water views on the daily. The home is very well set up for entertaining, and I can only imagine there's going to be a great party for you. He's hoping that they're going to buy it for you amongst the years to come. Folks, as we can see in the shop there, plenty of garaging available. If you're a gentleman that needs a bit of a workshop and somewhere to tinker, that is the spot for you. And the home itself, obviously exploring right the way through, newly renovated, beautiful in its design and layout, and plenty of potential for you to do as you will with this one. It is set up in a magic location. Now folks, Coastal Beach Haven, as I said, it is the lifestyle that is on offer. We do know that there's a park nice and close by for you, walkways and parks all around the location. This one, we buy lifestyle at a premium. We do offer you your chance to be able to bid and purchase here today. Now, folks, we know that the market is on the rise, the reports are all here, and we know that we're going to be buying very well here in Coastal Beach Haven. We'll give you a chance to be able to purchase this one, make it truly yours. Where do we start it? In your hands, open better offer. Where do we see it?
1.1.
1.1, confidently said to Sue, left hand side, you heard him. So at 1.1 the call, we asked for an easy $50,000 rise over and above. At 1.1 our bid now with you. At 1.1 the call, here we go, 50 to go, and 50 we have. 50 straight back at 1.2 and 2.5 we say with you. At 2.5 the offer. At 1.25 and 1.3. At 1.3 now left hand side. Now 1.3, it makes me 1.350 to go from here. And with you sir, left hand, calling now on 350. At 350's bid and 1.4 to move. At 1.350's bid we are here centre. Now 1.35, we call on with you, first chance at 1.35. Second the offer at 1 and 4. At 1.4 our bid now, here and in fronts. Now 1.4 and the call back at 4.5 to move. I suggest a strong bid, maybe 1.5 to go, but at 1.4 we are on the right hand side. Now 1.4 and calling away, chance here where to. First time I'm with you, ma'am. Second in the call. 4.1, we're doing it in 10. So at 1.41 the call, the offer back over and above, where to? At 4.2, at 4.2 the offer, now right hand side. 4.3 is with you. I thought you guys would get it, but you're not. It's okay, 1.43. 4.4's here. Now 1.44. Let's not forget the location at 1.44 to bid and 4.5 back in. At 1.45 now right hand and 6. At 1.46 the offer, we invite you back sir, 7 if you'd like it. At 1.46 and here now centre. At 1.46 and 7. So 7's here, 8 to move. At 1.47 now right hand side. First in with you sir. Second the chance at 1.47. Third, final call at 1.47 the offer. 4.8 to go. 1.48. 4.7's his bid, you can't steal it, unfortunately. At 4.8 and 1.48 your call. So 1.48 makes you 1.49 or straight to 1.5 I suggest. At 1.48 the bid, I'm with you. At 1.48 we're to. First call, 4.9. At 4.9 now right hand. Now 1.5 it's easy, so 1.5 nice and round. At 1.5 the call now, 5.10 to go if you'd like it. At 1.5 the bid and calling in 5.10. So 5.10 now right hand side, 5.2 to go. At 1.51, the call now right hand side at $1,510,000 against you now. At 1.51, what do we do? First call. 1.2, so 1.52 the bid at $1,520,000. Now 15.20 the call, it's here at 1.52 and we're to sir first. Second in the offer at 1.52 our bids. Third, final call at 1.52 we're here. Okay folks, well at 1.52 we are bidding at 1.53 right hand and you win Chris, welcome into the mix. Now 1.53 right hand at 1.53 I'd suggest well worth it. At 1.53 we are right hand and calling it away. Now 1.54 or 5.5 to go. Maybe I'll offer the 5 over and above, but at 1.53 it's your bid. First call then. Second our offer at 1.53. Third and final at 1.5 and 4. 1.4 back in. So the $10,000 rise. So invite you back at 1.55 to move. At 1.55 it is. Now 1.55, a call back to you. At 1.5, triple 5 maybe, sounds nice, but at 1.55 we are right hand side and 550 out there. At $1,550,000 we call. First and with you. Second the chance then at $1,550,000. Third and our final call at $1,550,000 we are right hand side. Okay folks, from here what happens is that calls we do negotiate with our top bidder. There is no further bid. I can indeed sell it to our people if we're at the right level. Very important to know. And we can sell it without coming back and announcing on the market. At the current, I asked you for a $5,000 bid. It may put you in that stronger position to be able to negotiate and indeed to buy. At a 1.55, our bid right-hand side. I wouldn't miss it. We go. First time and with our people. Second the call at $1,550,000 right-hand sides. Third, our final call at $1,550,000. And folks, we pause very briefly. We'll be back to you shortly. Please feel free to grab a glass of water if you'd like to, and we'll see you very shortly. Cheers.
Okay. Excuse me, Jess. Sorry.
In the name of transparency, what we're going to do, we're going to open it back up. We've had a bid of 1.56 here in the front. So 1.56, just in the very last minute here. At 1.56 it is now on the phone on the left-hand side. So our bidder, if we can, a chance over and above, at $1,560,000, you tendered offer. What a slow phone. 1,560 it is, left hand. Now 5.7 to move us back in front. At 5 on top, at 5.65. So $1,565,000 is right hand. Against the bidder there, a chance here at 1.57 if would like it.
1.57.
5.7 our bid, so $1,570,000 now left hand side. I'd suggest the 5 may not be working, but at $1,570,000 it is now. 5 we take then at 5.75. Shouldn't have asked. At $1,575,000, right hand and a bid back over at 80 to go.
1.58.
5.8 our bid, so just an easy 5 to move. A high 5 back at 5.85 on your move. At 1.58 the bid and 5. At 5.85 right hand side. Now 5.9 if you would like it. At 1.585 we are. First.
1.59.
5.9 is back in, so 1.59. Plenty of opportunity. 5 on top, 5.95. Now 1.6 should be easy. At 1.595 we are right hand side. Letting it go then and going. First call at 1.595. 15.95. Second call.
现在就是你的那个，最好。
I'll tell you about you're talking about the property. We are 5.956. Okay.
We're just pausing the same, so
Just say $1,000 a minute, I'll be happy. 1.595. Chance here.
The buyer asked me to on the market.
Can't announce it on the market. If he goes 5,000, we'll see what we can do. At 1.595, we bid it. Do you know what you should do? You should think harder. 1.595 is currently 1.6 is our next bid. Ask with intent. Ask with intent. 1.6 to go. Again, the first caller. 1.595 is right hand side.
1.598.
Oh, okay, that's okay. So 1.598, happy with that. It was 3 minutes, wasn't it? So 1.598. 1.6 comes straight back. Now 1.6 is right hand side. Again, opportunity if you would like to. No further bid, I'm going to talk to our people on the right hand. Now 1.6, call now first. Second now call, 1,000 if it helps him. Third then final, at 1.6 we are right hand side, are we bidding? If you tell him the more he spends, the more it's worth. It works every time. 1.6 is our bid. Thank you. So $1.6 million, what happens, we just pause very briefly. Bit of time for him to thank also those that may be sitting on their hands, but back to you in a second. Thank you.
Right. We were playing basketball on an interest. Yeah, we were playing football actually, yeah. We were playing college
We went to one in Green Bay, and they did it at the place, and there was like I didn't know about it. There's one bloke and like, you know, 1.1.
Thanks guys, hey, just 2 minutes and we'll have a decision. We're just doing some last minute little pieces in the background. We'll be back out here with an announcement around this one. Obviously, difficult decision purchasing, equally selling in any marketplace. So we thank you for your patience. Back to you shortly. Cheers.
So you can't start the next one because it doesn't come back. If they can't agree,
she was thinking one about when you get an offer, ignore the CD.
Okay, thanks guys. Really thank you for your patience. Obviously, difficult decisions sometimes in the marketplace to make a call on what to do next. The step is taken from the purchaser to go another $5,000. A bit of decision time between now and that time, and indeed the time will come out here for the owner to decide exactly where they're going to be, and that we are going to be putting it on the market right now. So it's 1605, 1.605. The offer is right hand side, and we sell away with no further bid. So 1.605, the time and opportunity is here. We waited long enough, and we sell it away. Chances here, 5,000 to move it if you would like to, maybe at 1.61, but a bit at 1.605 we sell it. First call at 1.605. Second our chance at $1,605,000. Third and our final call at 1.605 we sell here with nothing more. Sell it. Sell it. Sold, well done. Hold tight, Tim. I'll just roll on to the other two for you.
Yeah, get rid of the one.
Okay, folks, let's roll on to our next offering. A property very well positioned, Hillcrest, one of the jewels of the North Shore, and a home that is ready to move into and enjoy. Newly renovated, supreme throughout, and a great chance to be able to bid and to purchase here this evening. It has been on display over the last couple of weeks with 10 trains standing right and left hand side. Tracy and Wayne, you can see how they formulated the name, and a chance to be able to bid and purchase subject to the terms that these guys have provided throughout the course of the campaign. So I'll run you through those very briefly. 2 bar 64 Upton and Hillcrest. It is a cross lease fee simple estate, flat 2, deposited plan 163357 on 16, deposited plan 53022. Telling half share there at 1,077 square metres, so oversized site for you. Record of title being NA 98C folio 167. A comprehensive list of channels are attached for you. They come along as blinds, the light fittings, DeLonghi oven with gas hob, the front loaded washing machine, the Fisher and Paykel dishwasher, range tools and power pack extraction, the heated towel rail, the garage door remotes, 3 of those included, one on the wall, 2 on the keychain, the outs, the automatic gates with remotes, 2 of those also, the automatic gate keypad, the sensor lights, and wine barrel tree planters, 5 of those included. It is all set up with all the mod times ready to go, folks. The settlement date set down for you, 6th of March, that's a Friday. The interest rate charged, late settlement at 12% per annum. Further terms are nice and clear in all respects. A great contract to be bidding under as well, and some those that are registered unconditionally today, all the very best to you. There are a few people I know waiting in the wings on a conditional basis in the room. We will entertain your interest in the event itself, but to our buyers unconditionally, very, very good on getting here and being to go and bid unconditionally. Let's take you through the home for the last time. 2-bar 64 Elton is up on screen. It is beautiful in its presentation. It has everything it needs and superb layout set out for entertaining. That outdoor area at the rear of the property is superb. It is private. It's nice. It's got a fantastic feel to it, and a lovely bit of lawn at the backyard there for you also. The kitchen is well set up with that lovely centre aisle in the middle piece, wooden floors throughout, a good sense of character to it. But we just need to say the word Hillcrest so we know that we're in a superb location on the North Shore. This one, I'm sure, is going to be a lovely home for the lucky buyer among you. Had the opportunity to view it, nicely elevated there in its position as well, and great neighbours surrounding. So a chance for us to go with the buy. Let's get into it. Tell us what you would like to pay. We leave it in your capable hands to start us away, buyers, and your thoughts. I'll suggest an easy level at $800,000 would start us if you'd like to, just to kick us off. Number to go. 800 it is. So at $800,000, it's on the vendor's behalf. A bit over and above. At 825 to go. At $800,000 we started. At 800 and a call back. 25 on the rise. At $800,000, time is here. 3 calls only. So at 800 the bid. First in the call at $800,000. 825 to go. Second the offer then at $800,000. At 825 on the rise. Third and the final at $800,000, 825 to move, at $800,000 our bid, at 800 the bid. Do I take it there myself? I continue to raise, no forthcoming bid, so at 800,000 the chance here, 825 to put yourself in. Now's the time to do it. First call at 800, second in the offer at $800,000. Third, final at 800,000, 825. It goes north, so at $825,000 now. At 825, now a bid at 850 if we'd like to, at $825,000. At 825 on the call, 850 on your move, again 3 times the offer, at 850's here. So at 850 here and in front, at 850, time is now at 875 to move. At $850,000 with our lady, at $850,000 and welcome in. At 850, now's time at 875, so at 875 now left hand side. At 875, invite you back at 900 to go, but at 875 our bid, at $900,000 on your move. We go there, first time at 875. Bidding, second the call at 875,000, 900 nice and easy. Third and final time at $875,000 we are. At 875, 900 man on your call. At 875 the offer. At $875,000. Not too much I can do other than dance for you at the moment. At 875,000, 900 to go. Bidding? Okay, if I pause and negotiate left-hand side, just know that I can sell it without coming back to the floor. Very important. $875,000. Would you go 9? First call it is. I'd like to negotiate with you. You look good. Second call at 875,000. 900. Third then, our final call at $875,000 it is, left-hand side. I'm going to go there myself. I'm going to ask for a bid over and above at 925. 900 is where the vendor bid sits here. What this does is obviously protect the interest. It does need to be north of that level, obviously, to get into negotiations, but at 900, our current offer, 925 will put you in front and give you that chance to negotiate. We'll be pausing straight away at that level to get into negotiations. So at $900,000, a chance here at 925. I do call it away. It is 3 times only. First call at 900. Second, our chance at $900,000. Third and final chance at 900 our offer. Okay, folks, well at $900,000 there's not too much I can do other than go into a pass in. If we do pass in, it does mean everybody competes blindly. Those that are here to make conditional offers today, we invite you straight after the auction, if we indeed pass in, to make offers on a conditional basis. It does mean that we don't see what someone else pays, so a chance here at $900,000. Would you go 925 then? I bring you in and I can negotiate. So $900,000 currently, again I call away 3 times. First call at 900 our offer.
905.
905 would put you in front at least, so $905,000 it is now, left hand. Now 905, the chance of the offering, what happens from here, no further bid, I pause, we negotiate left hand. If I can sell it to you exclusively, I'm in my right court to be able to do so. 905, we need to be working a bit harder. Chance here is their team to move it, $905,000 it is left hand. Now 905 we call first, second in the offer at $905,000. Third, and the final chance at 905 we are. Okay, folks, well at $905,000, what I'm going to do is pause and negotiate. We will be back to our people on the left-hand side. For those that are still waiting in the room to make offers, we will entertain your interest post-auction, but we'll get straight into a negotiation with our people on the left here first off. Thank you. folks, so discussion in the rear room here. Thank you for your time. $915,000 is the new offer, 915. We'll express that at this time, if there's no further bid, we may have an opportunity to deal exclusively with our top bidder post-auction. May lock out some further interest post-auction if you would like to. Now is the time to be able to do that. No further bid, perhaps it will go that way, but at $915,000, a call for a bid over and above. First, our second call at $915,000. If you're here to do it today, folks, now is the time to make it known. Third, and our final call at $915,000 we are. Okay, folks, well, with our conditional interest in the room, we now invite you post-auction. $915,000 is left-hand side. We won't be giving exclusivity to anyone here today. We open it out to that market. Those that are willing to make an offer post-auction with conditions in place, you are now welcome to put it at a level that you see fit. We wish you all the very best, man, on the left-hand side. And to those that are waiting here today to make offers, we'll get straight into it straight after our auction here today. Thank you for those that have interest. All the very best. Okay, folks, we roll on to number 46, Taurus Crescent in Beach Haven, a property that has been up with Rochelle Brinston and Cindy Wallace again on this one. A great position, a good chance to be able to secure an entry level into the lovely Beach Haven area and good stylish home as well. Folks, I'm running through your terms and conditions. Number 46, Taurus Crescent. It is in Beach Haven. It is a 685 square metre site with lots 146, deposited plan 57872, and your record of title being NA13B folio 473. A list of channels are confirmed for you. It's curtains, light fittings, the burglar alarm, dishwasher, the extractor fan, the household keys, heated towel rail, range hoods, the cooktop and oven, and also, the cooktop and also separately the oven. Vacant possession is set down the 5th of March 2020. Interest rate charged by late settlement at 12% per annum. Further terms of sale are nice and clear. Our standard additions to contract, and in that regard, you have confidence under the contract that has been supplied. Folks, here today, instructions are pretty clear. We've got some people hanging in the wings and indeed here this evening that would like to make offers on a conditional basis. For those that may have an intention to bid unconditionally, I will open it up. And it appears that we're sitting more weightedly on the conditional side of things here this evening. Hey, this may be your opportunity. If you're going to be able to bid unconditionally, it may be yours. But we go and we open it up for your chance to be able to tell us what you'd like to pay. Number 46, Taurus Crescent. I put it in your capable hands to bid. No forthcoming bid. I call it 3 times. And we move into post-auction negotiation with our conditional offers straight away. Calling now, opening, bidding, first call. Second, our charts. Third, and our final call. Well, folks, Rochelle, I can't ever remember a time that you haven't had it right. And in this circumstance, we've said we've got conditional people and none of the unconditional side of the fence. So here today, we pass the property in. I'm not going to put any influence in terms of the price and the vendor bid. We just allow you to make an offer where you see value and we can work away from there. For those that have interest post-auction, approach the team. I'm sure we can put something to paper for you here this evening and indeed perhaps get you into this lovely home. We give you that chance straight away. All the very best to those. We go on to lot number 4 for you in just a moment. have exited the room. The degrees have dropped slightly. We are in a more comfortable environment, which is always nice, and a good chance to go a little bit on the next one in Birkdale. 11/61A Birkdale Road is the next one on offer, and Tim Train will be in charge of this one again. Wayne currently there for negotiating, but Tracy to the right hand side. Folks, a fantastic opportunity at a good entry level into Birkdale to be able to secure today, and a home that has been up well with the unconditional terms, very tidy throughout, and a nice little spot there for you as well. Folks, your terms are for your unconditional bidding, stratum and freehold is unit N, and an accessory unit 15, deposited plan 187230. Your record of title is N8 116B folio 698. A list of channels, fixed floor coverings, blinds, curtains, light fittings, the dishwasher, drapes, the garage door remotes, 2 of those, heated towel rail, range hood, cooktop, and other than that. Settlement date as per your contract, the interest rate charged for late settlement at 12% per annum. For the terms of sale, they are nice and clear. Again on this one, a good cash and unconditional contract for those that are bidding, and we wish you all the best under those terms. Well, folks, we sit through for the last time, and a home that is well worthy of your attention. Nicely positioned in Birkdale. We've had some great interest in Birkdale in the last few years, but expect that to continue, and good entry level into the marketplace here for you as well. The home is beautiful and tidy right the way through. We'd like to thank our owner for the presentation. It's been superb, and a nice little yard there for you to work with into the future as well. Folks, the chance is here to be able to secure this one, and it's been a lovely home to market. Now it's your time to be able to purchase it. It'll be set. It is in your hands to start it away. Open figure. And we like 600. I was going to say that too, so well done. So $600,000. At 600, our call, the bids over and above to move. 620 if we'd like it. At $600,000 is with you, sir, centre. At $600,000. Now at $600,000, I call away, first call at $600,000. Second, the opportunity at $600,000, the bids. Thirds, our final call at $600,000. Okay, folks, well, at 600, what I do is I comfortably move to a slightly higher level of 620. We ask you to reserve 640. I always negotiate straight away with you. So at $620,000, it's on the owner's behalf of that will. A 40 bidder would go straight into negotiation. Bid if you will, sir. So at $620,000, or here if we'd like it. At 620, 40 to bid. First call at 640. Thank you. So at 640, your bid, sir. No further bid. We pause and negotiate at this level. So at $640,000. Welcome if you would like to. First call at 640. Second call at 640,000. Third, our final chance at $640,000 our offer. Okay, so we're going to go straight into a room at the back there. See if we can get into negotiations and sell it to you here this evening. 640 is where we're at. Back to you shortly. Thanks.
You can already see some.
You totally can already see it. And so some people be like, oh, I've already got to put up a pen away for that long. And you're like, we're going to be really bad.
Yeah.
And the access to the front door is like, so you kind of have to find the doors up here. So
Just not ideal, like.
you know, we've got just a sharp, nice on.
It'd be something.
Yeah, totally. Come on, you two. Come on. You're on the big ice. No, it's not on there.
They're not?
You guys are comfy. So for the people there. Just gonna bring it in. Yeah. Makes you tired. I need to hear.
Maybe. Maybe it comes down.
Hey, thank you, folks. A little shorter than our previous negotiations. We thank you for your patience again. Though $680,000 is now our new offer on the left-hand side. So it's 680 for the property there in Birkdale. We put it on the market. We do sell it here this evening. So 11/61A. It is on the market and we sell. First call at $680,000 in our people's favour left-hand side. Second out call at $680,000. Third, our final chance at 680. We sell here. Selling. Let's go. Well done. Well done to our purchaser, well done team, and our owners. On to our last offering.
Congratulations. Thank you. Come with me back in here.
Okay, folks, well, potentially the best will last. We're here today to sell to you number 3, Rose Camp Road in Beach Haven. Again, a superb home. harmless in its setup, and a great opportunity to secure a beach haven lifestyle for you here today. Rochelle Brinston and Ellie Hillstone have been in charge of the marketing on this one, and superb job as always on their campaigns. You look through the home on screen for the last time. I'll take you through your contract as well. So 3 Rose Camp Road, it's fee simple, the highest level of land we can get in New Zealand, 659 square metres of it available to you on lot 1, deposit plan 73142, and your record of title being NA 29B folio 61. A good list of channels attached for you. They are blinds, light fittings, dishwasher, drapes, the extractor fan, 2 of those. The garden shed, 2 of those also. Household keys, heated towel rail, ×2. The rain hook, the TV aerial, cooktop and oven, compost bins, the boat with garden. That's cool. The gas hob ×2, the induction, 2 of those. 3 heat pumps. One of them needs a bit of a tinker with there to correct this, and shade sail in the back deck also included for you. Settlement date set down is 3 months from the date of the agreement, so today, if you were to purchase, unless agreed, and indeed you have varied those terms, and the interest rate charged late settlement at 12% per annum. The terms of sale are nice and clear, so a good cash, clean and unconditional contract we're bidding here tonight as well. And in that regard, you can have good confidence that when I hammer down, nothing we need to worry about until we indeed settle on it and move on in. Well folks, it's well positioned, it's got a good sense of charm, it has beautiful decking surrounding, and obviously with the addition out the rear, a bit of quality added for you as well. Folks, this home has been well loved by our owners. They've loved the position, the quietness of the neighbourhoods, and obviously the mature trees surrounding, offering you a good sense of privacy here as well. A lovely family home, and for the buyer among you here today, I'm sure you're going to look back in 5 years and say you've made a great decision purchasing this one. It is all up for you. 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms to consider there as well, and plenty of off-street and car accommodation. Let's go. Chance to start. We've all waited for it. Thank you for your patience. Now's the time to buy it. What do we see?
850.
850. So our phone bidder takes at 850 at $850,000. A bid at 870 to move. At $850,000, $20,000 on your raise. At 850 we are on the left. We call away. First in the opportunity. Second our call at 850, we take it at 870, at 870, bid now chance over and above at 870, at $870,000, 90 on the call, left-hand side to go. At $870,000 though, the interest centre, calling and 90, at 890 straight back at 910, at $910,000, at 20 on top, we'll take you to 930, it's about the time we'll be leaving at 930, at 910,000, do we take 30 to go, first call, left hand. First time, sorry, 930, yeah, 50 we take at 950, your number man? 980 and a half? So you mean 985 or 98500? 985, so 985 is our offer, at 985, good, I'm glad you said it. And 500?
980, 500. 980,500.
I like your number. have you got some coaching? So 985? Can I just get that number written down, please? Okay, cool. So I had 910 with you. I had a 930 off the left-hand side. 950. 950, thank you. So $950,000. Now, a bit over and above at 960 if you'd like it back. It's here now, left-hand side. 60 back in. So 960, back on track now. At 960, you can be at 980 and a half. 71 the offer. 75 back in, so $975,000. And 975. Now $975,000. Throw a funny one, man. 983 perhaps. And $975,000 bids here. First chance and 78 the number, so 978, good year to 978, so 978 it is, left hand, right hand side, on the back, 980 at 980. Now 980, just a peace sign back on top at 982 to move, at $980,000 our offer. Yes? 82, that ends. 85, 85, 86 is my year. You're welcome to go there. 85's for you now, set up. $990,000 at 990. So 990 new interest, 85 at 995. Now $995,000, it takes you back to $1 million surely on our next offer. At a $995,000 bid we are, at 995, where to now? First call. 1 million the bid. Confident and good job. So it's $1 million we are. A chance back at $1,005,000 perhaps, but $1 million we are. Now on the right. At $1 million, what do we do? First call. $1 million is just a number. Never be scared. Can I tell you what? Never come with a round number. Never come with that round number. $1,500,000. $1,500,000 is left hand, so we welcome you. At $1,500,000, seen you guys a few times, you were best tonight, so at $1,500,000 we are. At $1,500,000, and 10 to go. At $1,500,000, calling first. Second and 01. That's 10, thank you. So the $1,010,000 you'll bid. At $1,010,000 and 15 here. At $1,015,000 now left hand side. At $1,015,000 we take 20 to go. At $1,015,000. At $1,015,000, 20 on your call. First, second, third. 20, at 20, at about 20 now, 25, at about 25, you bid now, left hand side of the call back, 30 to go, at about 25 we are, at about 25, what do you say, 30, first, second, third and final call at $1,030,000, where's that, what's coming from, at about 30 we are, at about 30, and 5:30 your call. I was only just getting to know you. 25 is where we're at, 30 to go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where are we?
$1,025,000.
Okay, we're at $1,025,000.
I thought it was $1,030,000.
Alright. $1,050,000.
Thank you. So $1,030,000 took a bit of time to have you wait. At $1,030,000 and 35 back in. So $1,035,000. I'd say go $1,050,000 now. At $1,035,000 we are though, left hand. Gunning with you guys, left hand. First call. Bid. Second the chance. $1,040,000. Third, final call at $1,035,000. That is left hand side. You sure? You're doing very well. So $1,035,000. You say 40? I'd say 40 and leave it. If that's what you'd like to do. $1,035,000 it is. Left hand. 40 we go. First. Second then. Third and final time. No pressure. We're all looking at you. But $1,035,000. Cool. So what we're going to do, we're going to pause. We will be back and 36 back in. Here we go. Walk in and it's 100,000. So 36 40. And 40. And about 40's bid now left hand. 41. 41. At 41, I can see a twinkle in your eye.
45.
45 is back in. And about 45. $1,000. You're going to spend that tonight celebrating anyway. You may as well go there. 46. 47. Both checks too. Here we are. So 47.
50.
50. And about 50. Not a smart move. I reckon go another. At about 50, it is left hand side. Go one, surely. First in. Second, the chance. Third, final, at about 50. I pause. We have a quick chat. Back to you in a sec.
the way down. It's a beautiful home to own, isn't it?
Okay, thanks, folks. For those that have been with us all evening, obviously you see us pause and negotiate. Sometimes we'll pause for an extended period of time. We do it here, obviously when we're selling someone's property, it's a big decision, equally on the buying side. We just make sure that we get every last dollar, but also every last opportunity to make sure that they're secure and unconditionally. Some other agencies will just roll through the options and see what happens. We're not like that. We like to stick with our purchasers and our owners to make sure we get the results. We thank you for your patience. So, at $1,070,000 is with our people on the left-hand side now, left-hand side. So, at $1,070,000, what happens from here, folks, is we sell the property. It is on the market and it's gone in 3. So, at $1,070,000 on the market, we sell away. Chance and offering. Gone here with our people. First call. Second, and we sell away at $1,070,000. 1. And $1,071,000. 75. Confidently done. So the $1,075,000. At $1,075,000. 6 of wood like it's left and going. First in the call. Second, our chance. Third, final call at $1,075,000. Decisions to be made, I would suggest. At $1,075,000 we sell away here with nothing more. Selling, $1,350,000. What are we doing? Selling, nothing more. Hey, thanks for your interest. Well done. Congratulations. Thanks for coming, guys. Cheers.